Vincenzo's Go Crypto Investing is August the 11th, 2025. Daily cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, gold, and silver bullion video, where we strive to become asset millionaires together, and that's what this channel was created for. On my mission to share with you to join in and follow along with, as I'm not a financial advisor, but I am giving you my own personal opinions on what I am doing in the investing community as I buy gold and silver bullion and mining stocks, 401k, steady investing, cryptocurrencies, real estate, and cash on the side, earning 3 to 5% in a CD or a bond for peace of mind, emergencies such as needing a new roof, your car needs repairs, you get sick, want to go on vacation, etc., and also to buy a new or accumulate into an existing asset. And these videos are free each and every day, and you become members of Jabroni Killers if you would like to help support the channel to keep these videos coming out and grow the station and spread our message and word, and educate and give the information needed to become an asset millionaire. Anything going on real quick in the news? Capital B acquires 126 Bitcoin, total holdings 2,200. SharpLink secures 400 million direct offering to expand Ethereum treasury beyond 3 billion. French Capital B adds 126 billion or 126 BTC worth 233 million. Congo buys 50 mega MW BTC mining site in Georgia for 19.5 million to expand energy strategy, add hosting revenue. Musk Gronk AI issue bold $175,000 Bitcoin prediction as Trump administration favors crypto. A modest one Saylor strategy buys 155 BTC. So the institutions and hedge funds continue to buy the Bitcoin. And if we look at, we'll start off with the XRP today. If you look at the XRP, and we want to see if there's any news with the XRP, XRP shows a bearish divergence. Is XRP way overvalued to buy right now? SharpLink secures 400 million direct offering to expand Ethereum. Ripple XRP price prediction. BlackRock addressing burning XRP ETF questions in a filing coming or not. Bitcoin's Michael Saylor buys 155 Bitcoin. Nobody cares. So nothing really in the XRP news today. So let's get right on into the price, because that's what you guys all care about, and I got to get moving because my lunch is almost over. And sorry for not having a lot of videos this weekend. Jet ski one day, pool the next day, but I did make sure you got one video each day to keep the streak alive. You can see that we're just above off this retaliatory textbook bounce off the 50-day moving average in the daily over the weekend. We're just over the 307, but we do know if you get rejected and come back down, that 307 is what you want to hold to make a run at the 366. If you come back down on a consolidation, back down into the 307 level, right, that you would want to hold this to make another run back up here at the 366. If you come down to the 307 level and fall below it, like our track showed the move up, I just didn't buy it enough and hedge it enough. They're showing it going back down now, right? They're telling us it's going back down. So I'm weighting these more into my short-term predictions, more of a heavier weight than I had before, just seeing how good they have done over the past 3 to 4 months and all these coins that I have the tracks on. So it looks like we could be going into a short-term sell-off / profit-taking / consolidation after the big ferocious rally over the last 6 or 8 weeks. So if we do come down and that does happen and the track is right over the next 6 or 7 weeks, the 307 is your major underneath support, followed by obviously your moving averages, and then the 255 is your major pattern flip. If you flipped and got below the 255 and confirmed it, that would be a pattern flip to major bearishness, right? You would expect a major downturn, potentially below $2, right? But as long as you're above that 255, you're medium and long-term bullish still. And if you're above the 307, you're extremely bullish in all three of those categories. So that's what we're looking at in the short term for XRP, because in the long term, I think over the next couple of years, there will be a blow-off top somewhere if we haven't had it yet. And then there will be some kind of brief, at least a brief several months of a big fall, a big crash for maybe $5, could be to $1.20, could be from the 366 to 90 cents, could be from $12 to $4. I don't know where it's going to be. I just know it'll be there. And then when it's there again, that's when you really ramp up that buying again, right? But over the long term, I think $5 will be hit sometime next year. I think it's a very conservative but very realistic and fair prediction, and that's why I have that up there at the $5.50. I think that will get hit next year, as it's going to be the year of AMP next year. But I believe XRP will get to those heights. The same thing with the XLM we're looking at here. You can see we got the uptrending moving averages because the price has followed a similar move as XRP. Come on, get off of there. Followed a similar move as XRP. I don't know why it won't grab that. So the moving averages obviously have uptrended along with it. You can see the 200-day is just pretty much on top of the major underneath support of the green support and resistance box down there at about 31 cents. The 100-day moving average is just below the 35-cent top part of that zone, sitting there at about 34, and then the 50-day is sitting there at 38, and that's the area. You can see it bounced off beautifully off the 50 yesterday while I was swimming in the pool. Wait, was that yesterday? No, that was last Monday, off the 50 and off of the top part of that trading box. Then we got on top of the 43 cents. We're consolidating on it now. If you can hold that, your next move is 55 cents to the upside. You can see that. But if you fail and fall below it, your next move is the 50-day moving average, followed by a retest of the 35 cents here in the immediate short term. And then if we zoom out and look at the longer term, you can see the track has been fairly good. It showed this rise, and now it shows a consolidation sideways slash a sell-off, profit-taking and accumulation area before you have towards the end of the year and the next year, where it shows a massive rally where you could be as high as $1.90, but it shows a mean of about 88 to 90 cents as a fair market value next year. So that's going to be very interesting if if XLM does get up there, because I think next year an 80 to a 90 cent, I'll put a target at $1.08 for sometime late next year. I think that is very plausible and very possible. Ethereum, we went over last night. You're above that megaphone neckline. You can see the megaphone pattern there, right? You can look it up. That's what it looks like. You're just above the neckline resistance, and your next move now is 48.33, followed by a $10,000 targeted move. Obviously, for any kind of retest, the 4,063.74 is now your major underneath support, followed by the moving averages below that, right? And then the Bitcoin, and I gotta let you go, is sitting here in its 3-year pattern. It had a nice ferocious rally over the weekend, just below the all-time high. Now it's consolidating south. As long as it holds the 50-day moving average, that would be another tap bullish, and probably if it does tap the 50 and hold it, that's probably confirming that you're going to 155, at least a new all-time high above the old 121. Major underneath support is there at the uptrending 3.5 to 4-year pattern support of the rising channel, just at the 100-day moving average at 108,950.37. Like the channel, J. Peace and love, the Rock's eyebrow, 88 degrees.